Oh,
Live.
On kittens.
Live from Bali and from in
Nashville,
Tennessee. We are here to co-host a pajama party for you. Here are my pajamas. And I thought we'd start off with a little dance. See, John loves the meow, so definitely don't take the cat away. But be prepared. So if you're on cam right now, please be someone who wants to dance. Okay?
So we can leave? Like if I exit, someone else will be in the video? Okay, great.
Exactly.
Bye.
Where's that? Let's see who grabs it. It's like a roulette.
We turn on a different light.
Oh, the nuzzle. Oh, that's so cute. Well, Lila might be frozen. Oh, she's back.
Oh, good. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Indonesian interwebs, not so good.
We got a roulette on the video. Really? Loving your moves. Looking good.
Oh no, where's the music?
It's frozen. She's still going. I like this. She's still.
Oh no.
Well, almost. Maybe. Maybe. Marissa says somebody just needs to start singing.
You guys don't want to hear me sing, I promise you that.
Can you?
Lila, you're freezing in Bali.
Yeah. Come back to us. I mean, she's frozen in a dance move, so that's good. She's having a great time. Maybe. I feel like I should maybe play something. Oh.
Here we go, maybe.
We got her.
We jinxed it again.
Am I here? I see all you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're back.
I think so.
You're back.
You were frozen for a minute or so.
Ooh.
Frozen in Bali.
You have me now?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lila. I am a student of human connection, the daughter of a psychologist and a social worker. I'm the host of the podcast Horizontal. It's recorded while lying down, wearing robes. It makes conversations public to dispel shame, loneliness, and alchemize human connection. The idea is to expand people's notion of. And I had a mentor who said, you know, people are going to want to talk to you. When they hear you, they're going to want to talk to you, but you can't talk to everybody. So how are you going to turn people towards each other? So this show is one of the ways that I'm turning people towards each other, workshops, things like this to get us connected across the world. Jamie Lee Finch, who's co-hosting with me today, is somebody I have never met in real life as of yet, but I will. He is a witch extraordinaire, an author, a poet, and I'd love to know what else she wants us to know about her.
Ooh, what else? Well, I am a sexuality and embodiment coach as well. I hold space for people for a living to reach the person of their bodies rather than the idea of the object of their bodies. That's kind of the paradigm that I work in, is that your body is a he, she, or they, not an it. A lot of the people that I work with are people who are recovering from long relationships throughout their formative years to fundamentalist religion. So there's lots of things that they were taught about their bodies that aren't true, related to pleasure, sexuality, permission, and desire in many different ways. So that's what I do. I also just got a cat about 3 months ago. He's not totally sure if he likes me yet. He is hard to win over. For 3 years. And I think he prefers being independent. And that is a metaphor for all of my dating experiences. So
Damn.
it's going well. I'm gonna wear him down.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining, Isabella. And it's good to see you all, Liz and Amber and everybody else, Cameron, who just joined. I wanted to introduce this platform really quickly because I know a lot of us didn't know it existed before yesterday. So it is a platform for podcasters to be seen and to connect live with the people that usually just hear them. This show will broadcast for 1 hour, and then I will stop the broadcast and continue to Pajama Party and hang out with the people who are here. So don't worry if you have secrets, things you wanted to share, but that you didn't want to be broadcast to the world. You can just wait. And at the end of an hour, I will stop that broadcast and we can share more. It's like Zoom meets a chat room. So as you can see, there's 4 video spots. Isabella, you're gone. So maybe you can cam down, click the X in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Somebody else can cam up. And that's how it goes. So the 2 spots that are open will rotate in and out for you to join and show and tell and stuff. And then you can participate also by the chat on the left-hand side of the screen if you're on a desktop, or you have to swipe in order to get it if you are on a mobile phone. Oh my God. Hello. I love those glasses. So there you can subscribe.
I love your hat.
Nashville.
Are your PJs?
Yeah, well, yes, and a sweater.
Please
it's cold in here.
And so a lesson from the town hall is that we can have a conversation of 100 people if only one person speaks at a time. So we'll try to do that. We'll try to make that happen, one person speaking at a time. And as it has already happened, if my Wi-Fi falters here in Bali, because Indonesia just does not have the best Wi-Fi on the planet, Jamie will take over and she will continue to host. Evan, it's so good to see your face. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
If you have any technical issues, ask Liz or Lokesh in the chat. And we're going to start by sharing our names and answering this question, this juicy question. Who was your celebrity crush as a kid? My name is Lila, and my celebrity crush was Gene Kelly.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Really
I love
good.
That's a good one.
I love him
Yeah.
so much.
That's
He's so
good.
elegant. He can
Yes.
sing. He can dance. He's suave. He's got an amazing smile. I'm still in love with him. I was really sad when I found out that he died because I was like, that meant that I couldn't marry him, you know? Jamie?
This is Jamie Lee Finch. Lila, we apparently both had a thing for older men because my celebrity crush was Harrison Ford. I wrote about him in my diary when I was 8 years old, acknowledging our age difference and saying I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
I think you have a chance now, girl.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think you're cool.
Perfect.
I'm thirsty.
Perfect. Julene, who was your celebrity crush?
Hi, my name is Julene, and I had a big old thing for Leonardo DiCaprio. Me and all the other girls in the 90s, well, most of the other girls, had a huge crush on those blue eyes and that floppy blonde hair. And I just thought he was the most intense, like, sexy thing ever. Part of my sexual awakening.
But Leo circa which movie, Julian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Definitely
Jones.
Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
So Romeo and Juliet. Still. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't still have a thing for Leo, but she wouldn't kick him out of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I still have a thing for Leo. I have to watch all of his movies. When he finally got the award, I was going bananas just with everybody else. So still a fan.
Looks like Lila might be frozen. So, Evan.
Hi, my name is Evan, and my celebrity crush was Bradley Cooper, and still kind of is.
When did you discover Bradley Cooper? What was he in? What was he doing?
He did Failure to Launch. He was like the lame best friend who wouldn't move out of his parents' house in Failure to Launch, which I just loved, ate up. And then I saw him when I was in high school on Broadway in The Elephant Man, and he was just great. And so, yeah, I love him. I think he's awesome.
I honestly never got that far in that movie. I turned it off.
It's not a good movie, but he's pretty adorable. So. You didn't miss much. Don't worry.
It's me. My name's Emily, and I had the biggest crush on John Bon Jovi. My dad took me to a concert when I was like 8 years old, at like my first concert, like big concert. And I was up on the balcony, and I thought as an 8-year-old that he was going to stop the concert and see me in the balcony and then marry me as an 8-year-old. But it didn't happen, and I fell asleep at the concert. So I moved on to Charles Barkley after that. And that's that.
That's so good. You have a range.
Yeah. I still have all Charles Barkley's like basketball cards in a book.
Oh my
I still
God.
have them.
Oh my God.
Session. All right, I'm out.
I'm Yuri, and I have this. She's back. Had a huge fat crush
Like
on.
she's frozen. She was in the middle of saying something very exciting about John Bon Jovi.
Am I sideways?
You are sideways, but we can hear you loud and clear. We could all just go horizontal, and that would be, appropriate.
Oh, you're back. Oh no, we lost her again.
Are you back?
Should I share mine? Since
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my first was Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer because he was really funny. But then I really got into NSYNC, and at first I liked Chris, but he was too old and he was a Libra, and so I wanted to pick one that was like a little younger that I could actually maybe date. So I picked Lance because he was a Taurus. So and we know how that turned out. So I was very strategic. I was like, I need to have a crush on one that I could actually maybe be with.
Okay, so what's your sign then?
Cancer.
Okay, this makes sense. I'm also a Taurus, but with a Cancer rising, so I respect it. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm very susceptible to Libras, so I understand it. Mm-hmm. Lila, do we have you back yet?
Am I still frozen?
No. Mm-mm. Although you might be now. You weren't then. We're getting so many good different hands from her. Beck, I think you're up. Let's hear it.
Okay. So we're talking celebrity crush?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, oh God, how do I pick? Janelle Monáe, absolutely.
Mm.
Dear God, she is delicious.
Who was your very first that you remember?
Woman. Very first crush. Probably Joseph Gordon-Levitt, actually. 10 Things I Hate About You, and also Brick. Like, he's got that kind of nerdy sweet boy vibe thing going on. Like, you know, he could talk to you about books and you wouldn't hate him for it. Like him. He's a good egg, that one. Yeah. Yeah, good egg.
I'm wondering if we...
I think we lost Lila.
Lila?
Oh, no. There it is.
Maybe that was the start. Fingers crossed.
In the hopes that I can hear.
We close our when we're done so someone else can have it, right?
My name is Billy.
Hi, Billy.
And my first celebrity crush was Linda Ronstadt.
Yes, that's so good.
Lila's frozen in a what? I can't really remember why or how, but for sure, Linda Ronstadt.
Marissa didn't know who that was. Marissa, we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk. I also have a recording of me covering a Linda Ronstadt song when I was 14 years old. So if anybody wants that later, just let me know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Heather.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
I'm Heather. This is a complicated question. So first female crush was Beyonce. Her self-titled album cover did a lot of things for my 12-year-old brain. And then Orlando Bloom as Legolas. I was like, so androgyny, cool, got it. And that's been the most consistent celebrity crush. So, you know, that's me.
John.
Hi. So I actually have two answers to this question because I have someone who's real and I have someone who's not real.
Awesome.
That I was very fixated on as a young adolescent boy. My real celebrity crush is Danielle Fishel from Boy Meets World.
Yes.
I was obsessed, and it was just at the right age when like sexy photos of celebrities found their way online, and she did a couple of photo shoots in like a leather top that I will never forget. That was my like connection of a character in a show with like their public persona. And then Chell from The Road to El Dorado.
Oh,
I
remember the movie. I remember the movie, but I don't know the character.
So she was the woman that lived in El Dorado that was the troublemaker. And this is probably where I got introduced to non-monogamy because the two boys in The Road to El Dorado both fell for her and she fell for both of them in a funny little love triangle. And it's worth rewatching, I think. I might put that on my quarantine movie list.
Voiced by Rosie Perez.
Yeah.
So I want to read some of the ones that were in the chat in case these back to see that, because Lino said far. Oh no. Carrie Elwes from The Princess Bride, which absolutely, as you wish, princess. And what else do we have? Important. Let's see. Zac Efron. I wish Zac. There was a yes. Beck also is down with Ronstadt's voice. And Marissa says Linda's a fox. Marissa, oh my, too. And then Elena said that Danielle Fishel dated Lance. So your crushes dated each other? Carrie Elwes, yes. Brad Pitt, says Isabella. Oh my God. Brad Pitt circa A River Runs Through It for me. Like, take me. Oh my God, yes. Johnny Depp in Edward Scissorhands.
Good one, Haley. That makes so much sense.
If fictional counts, I should have said because she was always into cats. And Tom says Valerie, who I don't
know. She was in some soap operas, I'm pretty sure. I think, right? Tom, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Matt, you are cammed up, but your camera is not working, so I can't see you. Does anybody else want to? Any other crushes? John, love you.
Yep.
Tom said she was on one.
Oh, sitcom. Okay, got it.
Any other crushes before I close this question? Going 3, 2, 2.5.
Oh, we've got Marissa back.
2 and 3 quarters.
Are you ready to hear your crush, Marissa?
My crush?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I already said in the chat. My crush was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
But, oh my God, I had those pullouts from like Tiger Beat that I put on my walls.
When I was younger, we did a pin the kiss on Jonathan Taylor Thomas with one of those posters at a friend's sleepover birthday party. They were like little kisses and they spin you around, and instead of pin the tail on the donkey, it was pin the kiss on JTT.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's
oh my God. I really wanted to go.
Because I wanted Harrison.
You wanted Harrison? Oh my God, Harrison Ford is still hot. I mean, he's in some questionable films lately, but like.
They had a special cruise where they had like little celebrities, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas was on this cruise. And I was like, please, Mom and Dad, can I please go on this cruise? Because I knew that if I went on that cruise, we would just get together.
You and Emily both really believe in, like, hold on, as if he just sees me, if the man of my dreams lays eyes on me, that's gonna be it.
He will come to me.
It's a potential narcissism, you know. All he has to do is lay eyes on an 8-year-old and it's over.
I think you guys are just really believing in your dreams, and I respect it.
Do you know how?
In the comments.
Haley's trying to get on her computer to do the video, but she didn't know how on her laptop.
Well, there's no spot because you're in the spot. So
I
if
know.
you cam down,
I'm telling her that, and she says her light just flashes or something. I don't know. Okay. Bye.
Tell her to ask for tech support in the chat because Loquette and Liz are here and they can help.
Oh,
I hear Giles Corey, and then Margarita says Atreyu from the Neverending Story, right?
That's a good one.
And Olivia says Simba's voice, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Fantastic. Okay. All right, BBs. Let's move on. Show and tell. I'm going to invite Madam Jamie Lee Finch to read one of her poems.
Wow. I figured I would probably read the one that I wrote most recently, because it feels pretty appropriate to what we're all kind of going through right now, with this social distancing, social isolation because of the coronavirus. I went on a hike a couple days ago and was sitting by the creek in the place where I most like to hike. And I was watching from a socially distanced distance, I was watching a family play in the creek. And there was just, I don't know, there was this feeling of like, they were over to the right of me, and then there was a couple laying on a blanket to the left of me, an older couple. I had this overwhelming sense that life was still going and was going to continue going on. And then I felt, this sounds so dramatic, but it's real. I felt a breeze just go through my hair, and a line, the first line of this poem came with it as it blew through my hair. And it felt like I metaphorically reached and grabbed the poem and pulled it down, and 10 minutes later, this poem existed. Which is something Liz Gilbert talks about in Big Magic, if you're interested in how that all works. So she's wonderful. So this is called What Comes Next. We're going to spring by letting the wind run through our hair like the fingertips we miss, breathing it in deep before it goes, closing our eyes so we can better hear the trees applaud its arrival, bid it farewell, again, still. We're going to awaken and bloom, again, still. We're going to do summer by feeling the sun on our skin whenever we can, however we must, by cartwheels and bare feet and the juice of something sweet running down our arms, again, still. We're going to sweat and play, again, still. We're going to do autumn by building fires. We can look to the light as the days become dark, remembering the comfort of warmth and the warmth of comfort, the smell of smoke clinging to our clothes, again, still. We're going to inhale and remember, again, still. We're going to do winter by looking back, settling in, celebrating our togetherness even while apart, giving abundantly, not alone, again, still. We're going to gather and give, again, still. We're going to wonder and then know. We're going to cry and then laugh. We're going to grieve and then build. We're going to live and be, again, still. Oh yeah, snaps. I forgot snaps were a thing.
So much snaps.
Thank
Snaps
you.
in the comments. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Claps. Yes.
Thanks, guys. Oh, this is cool. I love this.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm definitely crying. Yeah. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you. That was delicious.
Yeah.
Will you be sharing that and put a link to it, or will you share that on your page or on your blog or somewhere?
Yes, it is actually currently already on my Instagram. It's 2 posts ago, and the photo attached to it looks like, I don't know if you can see that. It's a photo of my face on this. Yeah. I can probably, oh, you know what? I can probably put a link to it in the chat. Let's do that. That sounds great. Just holding it up for, yeah, that's not helpful.
So follow Jamie on Instagram. Jamie, your moniker is?
At I am Jamie Lee Finch.
Okay. So my show and tell is that I just got a guitar, and it's beautiful. It's made of ash. I am just learning to play guitar. This is my 3rd week, I think, playing guitar. I've had 3 lessons, and I'm going to play a song for you. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door. Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door.
That was so beautiful. I saw Marissa say you're so deep and unique, more snaps. I agree. Your voice is so sultry.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I've always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, but I definitely want to play more like the piano or even the guitar. And with this quarantine, it's like, oh, well, I have some time now. Why not?
Yeah.
Learn something new.
It's been such an amazing mental health practice to work on this and to be able to sing and to accompany myself, because I always sing to myself, but for some reason I didn't ever think that I could learn the guitar. I don't know why. I just thought that I wasn't capable of playing a guitar, but I never tried. I just thought I couldn't do it. And so now I'm trying and I can do it, you know? And it, even at this simple level, I know 6 or 7 or 8 chords, something like this. I can play songs, I can accompany myself, and as a mental health practice, it's almost unbeatable for me.
That's
really delicious.
It's just the arts are so powerful.
Thank you for listening.
How long have you been playing for?
3 weeks.
Oh my God, that was so good. That was amazing.
But please take that into account. Listen with your 3-week ears.
It's definitely been playing for longer, so it was great.
Thank you. Hey, John, will you cam up? I've asked John to give us a tour of his houseboat. He lives on a boat in New Jersey. Oh my God, Steve with a cake.
You found his pieces.
So good, Steve. I love it. Hi, John.
Hello.
Tell us.
So welcome to Liberty Harbor. I think that there's got to be a way to turn your, yep, here we go. So this is the harbor facing
Where's Liberty?
Jersey. Yeah, this is in Jersey City. And then here, I'll open the window here, and there is downtown Manhattan. And so this is where I'm spending quarantine. In my tri-cabin cruiser, for those of you who know boats, it's a Trojan 36-foot tri-cabin aft cabin cruiser, technically. And this is, pardon the mess a little bit. I've been kind of rearranging a lot of things. Lila, you inspired me to clean today, so.
Yes, I did.
So while we're on the topic of Lila and the boat, so I have to give Lila credit for all of this wood veneer finish, because about 1.5 years ago, Lila was visiting the boat, and we were talking about all this musty carpet, and I acquired this. One lovely thing about the boat is it's a Amish handmade teak. All of the hardwood is really lovely Amish handiwork that I unfortunately butcher every time I renovate. And one of the things that had to go was the carpet. And Lila said, well, why don't you put down hardwood? It would make so much sense with everything else that's on the boat. And so teaching myself how to lay and cut and laminate and trim hardwood laminate flooring was like my last, like the half of the summer season last year. So you can kind of see some of this underneath here. And all of these are hatches to get down into the engine room. And yeah, so here's the galley with some of the, it looked way more retro before we redid the white countertops. I'm showing off all my dirty dishes, so I hope everyone appreciates that. I'll take you back.
Brave, bold, vulnerable.
Yeah. And this is the master stateroom.
Gosh.
And this is a new dress. And who do we have here? It's my crew. Hey, guys.
What? It's a real sleepover now.
Wow. So this is Bun Bun, who I've had. I've had Bun Bun since I could hold. This was my baby stuffy that my mom had for me when I was a baby. So I've had Bun Bun forever. Siebert was the next addition, and he's my navigation officer from the, I don't know if you know the 80s cartoon Siebert, but feel free to look it up. This was my late father's Lightning tiger, and he got that because I had Sarah here, and Sarah has actually been on deployment with me overseas when I was in the Navy, so we've served together. Sarah has the most experience out of the crew, so she's my first officer. And this is my newest addition from the UK. My friend Ryan added her to the crew, and her job, she's actually a bean neck warmer, so her job is to keep the crew's necks warm. And she also has she's themed with the rest of the boat. So my mother made me these fox pillows. She knows I really love foxes, so everyone, like Sarah kind of started that. She's led an influence on the decorating of the boat.
John,
but yep,
I want you to hear what's in the comments. Beck says that's really impressive, John. Laying hardwood is a skill. And Jamie was like, this is so tender, I can hardly handle it. Lauren says her heart can't take it. Haley says all caps. Marissa says Bun Bun is the OG cuddler. Beck says this is the best crew ever. And I said my heart can take it. I love it.
Yeah.
Marissa asks if you've seen Fleabag, because Fleabag is amazing.
I've seen one episode of Fleabag. I think if it's a strong recommend, I'll put it on my quarantine watch list.
Put it on the top of your quarantine watch list.
Top.
The very top.
So this was what this is what sold the boat to me when I got it. It's secured right now because of the cold weather.
John.
Say again?
The video, your video is not working right now.
Oh no,
I see it.
I see it too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh no, Lila.
Ended. Okay, keep going.
Okay. So this is what sold the boat for me, is that it actually has a bathtub, and it's still right now actively, but I could feasibly someday I will be able to take a bath below the water line. So it's an underwater bath, technically, because the water line is right here. But this is the vanity. I've been upgrading a lot of the lighting, and this is the head in nautical terms. So redoing all the plumbing these are some of the new plumbing fittings that I have to put in. But this has been a project. I have Germ Guardians. I bought these before quarantine, but I have a lot of air filtration on the boat just because humidity and water, and I have carbon bags everywhere. But all the heads have these like UV germ guards, and then there's a HEPA filter that runs for the whole boat. And storage has also just been a constant upgrade. This is all brand new carpentry that I did with plastic wood, which is a new PVC composite. So this won't rot and this won't ever go bad. So all of this is composite PVC.
John will survive the zombie apocalypse, says Beck.
Wants us all.
And then this is the first upgrade I made to the boat was my 55-inch TV. So that's just the centerpiece of the the living room area. And there's a second bathroom here, which I'm currently in the process of cleaning a little bit. So it's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath floating studio apartment is what I tell people. And then in here, I'm kind of using this for storage, but this can be a V-berth bedroom. This can be a second bedroom. There's a little piece that goes right here that makes this one large triangle shaped bed. And for now, I'm just kind of using it to store some things. But the fun part here,
underwater,
is this is our escape hatch.
Oh my God.
So now we are topside, and this is the bow. This is the Leonardo DiCaprio area, since we were talking about him earlier.
Perfect.
And just take a moment here to enjoy the water. This is my favorite thing to do. The water is always so still at night. And like it's so the docks are completely empty because of the season.
Outside?
I have one boat neighbor. Yeah, it's so quiet here.
I'm not used to the whole outside thing anymore.
The parking lot is empty. Jersey City is empty. The marina is empty.
Have the whales re-entered the harbor?
Last year we saw a whale up at the George Washington Bridge, which was part of a surprising post-Sandy reclamation that people are tracking right now. So dolphins also have started feeding in the bay.
Oh, wow.
Which is a lovely, lovely sight. The Hudson River is notorious for being where a lot of waste was dumped and where a lot of shipping and trading routes, especially from Brooklyn, did a lot of damage in the Southeast Harbor area. But this used to all be oyster beds before it was a marina. Whole side, they used to there's short story all went extinct because of a parasite in the water, and they cannot regrow. They've been trying for years to regrow the oyster beds.
Engines.
Oh, do we have?
I love it. Thank you.
So there we go. Yep. I could go on, so I'll stop myself there. Thank you.
I love this. If I come home,
go back below decks.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I said if I come home, I'm coming to live with you, John. Just so you know.
There you go. I'll get the front done up for you. You can have your own. We'll install.
Do you have at least 6 feet of clearance on every side?
Of the boat, yes. Inside there as well. We could maintain distance. I'll stick on one side of the hull while we pass each other.
I love you, John. Bye. Thank you. Amber, could you soon? But it looks like Steve is ready. What you got, Steve?
This is a quick one. I was doting over the Theragun / Hyper Ice, and then I found a knockoff that's even cheaper and better called Recover Fun. Ooh. And it's like a percussive massager. So because now we can't really go out for massages, so bodily care is much more difficult. This thing does in 5 minutes what it would normally take a masseuse an hour to do. And so I've been in love with this, and I just kind of carry it around. And if you're working at a desk all day, that it's one of those things that I can't not use it now that I have it. I've had it for less than 24 hours, and I'm freaking out with joy.
Turn it on and show us.
The cool part of it is that it's so quiet that you probably won't know that it's on. Can you tell right now that it's on?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And so you can just put it, you can hear that it's on when you hear my voice like that. But yeah, it's just percussive massage, and it feels absolutely incredible. It's I usually give myself really good deep tissue massages, and this just duplicates my effort in 10 seconds because it's doing it so quickly. And so now it's all of the muscles that get sore when I'm this is my like desk set up every day now, just like work at a table. And so yeah, like I get really sore in the span of minutes. And so like every time I take like a coffee break or a water break, then I just use this a little bit. And it makes me feel like 10 years younger.
Steve?
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know what it's called again. Say it and put it in the comments.
I'll put it in the comments. It's called a Recover Fund. Recoverfund.com.
Perfect.
I do not get paid for this. I'm just obsessed with it because I've been literally hosting like massage workshops and touch workshops. And when I come across something that like does a better job than I can at making me feel good, then I'm like, well, shit, that's scary because I try. Okay, I want to bump out so that other people can be in the spotlight.
Love you. Amber, I love your pajamas.
Well, it's a pajama party, right?
Yes.
So I had to wear my magical little panda onesie. Justin had to go because they were tired, but we were gonna sing a song for you, but I think I can still sing it without them. I plan to just sing this like cool cover of I Follow Rivers, but I could also sing an original. Do you have a preference, Lila?
I don't even know what I'm.
Oh, great. Well, then I'll sing this cover just because I like it. I've been liking to play it lately. And I'm so proud of you that you are playing guitar now. And I can't wait to play more guitar with you.
I've gotten better since I played for you on the phone.
Yes, you're getting better. You're getting good so fast. I think that the trick is just like play songs that you like, you know, just like play, you know, any cover song that you really like, just like play it, you know. Even if you don't know all the words, you can just skip them here and there.
I'm lucky that I like all the songs that guitar teacher gave.
Oh wow. Great. What are you learning next?
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Oh, that's a good one.
Throw Your Army. Those are two that I'm working on right now. Do you know that one? Good.
No.
And we may never let's get started. Yeah?
No.
And then I'm excited to play Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah.
There's like 10 verses of this song.
We're ready, Amber.
Okay, cool. Well, I hope there's not like too much of a delay, but it seems like so far so good. So, oh, I beg you, can I follow? Oh, I ask you, why not always be the ocean where I unravel? Be my only, be the water where I'm waiting. You're my river running high, run deep, run wide. I'll follow you, deep sea, baby. I'll follow you, I'll follow you, dark doom, honey. I'll follow you. Hear a message. I'm the runner. He's the rebel. I'm the daughter waiting for you. You're my river running high. Run deep, run wild. I'll follow you, deep sea, baby. I'll follow you, I'll follow you, dark doom, honey. I'll follow you. You're my river running high, run deep, run wild. I'll follow you, deep sea, baby. I'll follow you, I'll follow you, dark doom, honey. I'll follow you.
Like a snap.
That
was beautiful.
I like making weird
Love it.
Acoustic.
A lot of fans in the chat, so you might want to check that out.
Thanks, fans. Thanks for listening.
With your voice.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe
Thank
next
you,
time
Amber,
we'll collaborate on a song, Lila. Or Jamie can write like really beautiful lyrics, and I'll make some music for one of your poems or something.
That's perfect.
I did this whole album last year that was like basically I wrote every song with a different artist, and then I had a different visual artist make art for each song. So it was a very fun project. So I love collaborating too. Anyway, I'll calm down if anyone else wants to pop up. But love you, friends. Happy PJing. It's been fun to PJ with you.
Thank you for that song.
Sure.
You want to bit of your with us? Hi, Joe.
Hey.
Sorry.
How are you doing?
Me? Is it my turn?
Either of you want to do a show and tell?
Sure, I'll do mine.
Um,
Can you all hear me? Yeah? Okay, cool. So this will one day be a one-woman show, and it's currently in the works. It's about my time working in a restaurant in New York. So super rough draft. I'm just going to share the first like 2 paragraphs that I have, which might be the beginning and might be the middle. I'm still deciding. So here we go. I feel like all bad stories start with the line, I'm going to tell you a story. This is less of a story and more of a very long, very repetitive monologue. The kind of monologue that makes you say, girl, learn something. I learned a lot at my time working in a restaurant. I know, but bear with me. This isn't a romance story. There is love and sex, but nothing wild. I never did drugs in the bathroom, although plenty of people I worked with did. I did get caught up in drama. I did get scolded. I did get kissed. I got embarrassingly drunk. But you will be sitting here asking yourself, how did she not see it? This wasn't her world. But it's a bug. It's a time warp. Restaurants. It changes your life. It gives you a family who you can love and hate. It gives you people to fantasize about, to drive each other crazy. It changes the way you eat, the way you see people. It changes the way you act. It toughens you or softens you. It gives you a community, a cult, rules which you will break, managers who you love, tolerate, hate, flirt with, cross the line with. It gives you a lot of money and no money. You spend more time there than you do with your immediate family, with your partner, with your roommates. You try things you couldn't try at home. You sleep at different times, you eat at different times, you travel at different times. You use caffeine in place of water. You pretend to slit your wrists with a wine key sometimes. You cry sometimes. It's more like a test drug than a bug. That's what I got.
Oh, that's so good.
Beginning. Thanks, guys.
Let it go.
that's courageous. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Makes me miss working in a restaurant, actually.
I use caffeine
It
instead of
makes me
water.
not miss.
Actually, I use caffeine and water, both pretty liberally. But
Well, I would make frozen again. Oh, okay. I think, yep, we're good. No.
Show us.
Joseph.
oh, sorry. So my project is I'm taking this bedroom that I'm in, and I'm turning it. Is there a way I can? Here's my flip around camera. I'm turning it into a library. So this is the door that you come into. It's got this nice window over the top, and so I'm building bookshelves all the way around the room, and it's this kind of keyhole-shaped room. You can see some of the detail in there. That there'll be bookshelves sort of up across there. There's one section that's pretty nearly complete. And because this is a little narrow space, there's a big closet there. This is deeper there. You can see it comes in, and then you can see it comes in. And the back end has much taller shelves and less of them than the front end. So you have this illusion of depth there. And then it'll kind of come across. There's a little bench. It's hard to just do a 360 because there's a big couch in the middle that's full of books. And another bookshelf. And then more here. But all of these walls will eventually be completely full, floor to ceiling, with shelving that will all have books and, record players and globes and little men with intricate dots and lines that people have determined are meaningful all around them. And that'll be fun. It's been fun to build so far. That's my share.
Painted as an infinite sky, an infinite liberation of heaven.
Yeah. And it's a fun little pass-through room because you can see there's that closet there. That's a big closet that goes the full length of the thing, and this closet goes the full length of that, and that goes up to the attic. So it's it'll be a library that you have to pass through to do a lot of cool stuff. And I think
So you have
What was
enough
that?
books for all of that shelving?
Pretty darn close, if not. I mean, we have a real kids book problem. We will literally very regularly go to drop by a Goodwill and spend $80 or $60 on kids books.
So good.
Yeah, I mean, we come home from the library book sale, which is, we go to probably 3 or 4 a year in different places, and come home with this many books from one of them if it's a good one.
Wow.
So I think the shelves are going to be pretty close to full already. Yeah. By the time they all get built, but that's okay. That just means I have to create more nooks and things.
I love it.
It's fun. Thanks for wanting to see it. It's nice to see you. You want to see my my Frankenstein scar?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was wild. It was fun.
It was fun, huh?
So I haven't. Well, I mean, it was fun to wake up and be like, oh, this is tremendously better. This is much better than it used to be. My throat hurts a little because there was a tube in there, but yeah, that was sort of the idea of waking up from surgery. And I've never had surgery before, so despite the scrubs, I do more of it than I've experienced on the other end. All right.
If not, we're gonna have close out this live broadcast. And then we'll continue to be and show coming.
Looks close.
No video. Oh.
Yes, I just had a motorcycle go past my window or some kind of heavy engined car, so I muted myself for a moment. I managed to find an excerpt. Excerpt? Is there a T that you pronounce in the end of that word? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Excerpt. Yeah, so I'm happy to read a little bit of my book. Excerpt, says Beck. I like that one. So this is a not for resale copy because it's all that I had. I'm out of the regular ones. Of my book called You Are Your Own, A Reckoning with the Religious Trauma of Evangelical Christianity. Also, if we're gonna further show and tell, those are my boobs on my own wall. So there they are. So that's another aspect of show and tell we can hang out with. Anyway, now let me read you my book about religious trauma. Yes, thank you, Beck. It is a stunning photograph. My friend Amelia Perry took it, P-A-R-E. She's a wonderful photographer, and you should buy her things. E-M-I-L-I-A-P-A-R-E. I'll maybe write that in the chat a little bit later. Okay, so this is a little brief bit from my book, from the chapter on, I believe it's the chapter. Oh, hi, little Gus. We're promised pets, so this is good news. We've got so many pets. Okay, this is the chapter on, hi, Haley, on the bodily impact of religious trauma on us. Recently, in a session with a client, I asked her what the moment was that connected her with what had happened to her in a way that allowed her to call it trauma. She told me that it was the moment she heard elements of her own experience in someone else's story. That experience acted as a mirror to her and gave her language she hadn't had access to before. At that moment, she simultaneously realized she was allowed to call what she had experienced trauma and that she needed to recover. The validation of her experience extended an invitation to her to begin her journey of healing. All over the world, people are now waking up to the true reality of their experience of evangelicalism because they're hearing their own story inside of someone else's. They're sharing freely and openly and finding support that allows them to connect with their deep need for healing. The process is easier and faster for some, and it's longer and more difficult for others. But for every person on their own unique path towards recovery, there has to be a moment when they know that they can begin. Every person needs to finally feel permission to call what happened to them by its true name, religious trauma. In a particularly notable excerpt from Leaving the Fold, Marlene Winnell quotes a woman recovering from her experience with fundamentalist belief who says, "My friend said that when she first left, all she knew was that her favorite color was pink and what her name was. She is fine now, and I will be too." Long before I came across these two sentences, I had been telling my own and describing the form of my disconnection from myself by saying that when I left evangelicalism, I didn't even know my favorite color. That was how separated and disconnected from myself I had become over all those years surviving in that belief system. It wasn't until I spent a few years outside that I was able to make that simple decision for myself and connect with the inner permission to make such a seemingly innocuous choice. While this might seem a benign point to anyone who hasn't spent any time in a fundamentalist or authoritarian environment, or especially experienced it throughout their formative and developmental years, in truth, it speaks volumes. During my time in evangelical Christianity, specific pleasures and expressions of personal desires were discouraged. The only thing the woman in Winnell's work knew was her favorite color. I didn't even know that much because I never felt permitted to experiment with what brought me pleasure enough to decide on what a favorite color even could be. I remember an exercise that was conducted in my charismatic evangelical ministry school years ago. where my small group leader encouraged us to sit and write out a list of all the things that brought us joy. The implication was that the things and places and experiences we had decided we loved were the gifts that God had given to us out of his kindness for us to enjoy unto his glory. I sat and stared at a blank page for almost an entire hour, unable to think of a single thing to write down that brought me pleasure and joy. I couldn't think of one thing that I truly loved because I didn't have any external influence in that exact moment telling me whether or not each thing I could write down was something I actually had the permission to love. Because of all of the years I had been required to disconnect from any and all internal influence or my own inner voice, I found myself in a place in my mid-20s where I didn't even have one answer for what I uniquely loved, what I wanted, or what brought me joy. I had no connection to or relationship with my own inner compass for simple desire or for uninfluenced embodied pleasure. It should come as no surprise that this was the same time period when I was routinely self-harming through eating habits, afraid to get a decently paid job because I feared it would indicate that I was selfish or greedy, and whirling around in a cycle of shame regarding my sexuality. I was barely functioning. Riddled with anxiety and depression, I had no capacity for resolution, stillness, or calm within myself. I had no permission for pleasure or knowledge about my own inner world. I had been in a lengthy holding pattern, waiting upon external divine influence to move me in one direction or another and to tell me that I could be free to enjoy and love. My healing journey from that moment to this one was long. It got worse before it got better. I hit multiple rock bottoms, developed imprisoning compulsive behaviors and codependent patterns, and struggled with self-harm, but eventually I left organized religion altogether and began rebuilding slowly. For years, it was one step forward and two steps back, but gradually the inner voice of my own body, my own intuition, my own divine being became louder. As my relationship with my true self strengthened, I heard her more clearly, trusted her more deeply, and followed her more confidently in all things. And over time, I came to realize that it had been her voice, not the voice of an external deity, that I had heard all along. Thanks for the snaps, guys.
Wow. You're a goddess, Jamie.
Thanks, friends.
I'm
loving the chat.
I know all of them. Well, I can't really follow that up with a dog because I was just gonna do a show and tell of Gus. But this is Gus Gus.
Please do.
And that's all I got. And here's some art I've been making while quarantined.
I love it.
Fill up this whole wall.
Wow.
Oh, I have a cat too. He's stretching.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the gang.
Oh. This is Frankie. And they're all just strays that showed up here. They live here now. So that's all. What do you got, Haley? Oh, hey.
There's Haley's. Here's my show and tell, guys. I'm just getting stoned and enjoying everyone.
I'm gonna close out the live broadcast. One more song that I'm working on. We'll still hang out and show. I've got a gossip secrets section that we'll do when we're no. Years in my life, trying to get a feel of hope or a destination. I realized just who I should, that the world was made up of the brotherhood of me. Or would it means? I lying in bed just to get my head, and I feel a little picture. Oops. And I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get I screamed at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on?
That was so good.
For real going on.
So good. So good.
Need to know.
That was really good.
Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Thank you for listening, sharing. We're going to continue the show and tell here. And please subscribe to this and horizontalwithlila.com of my writing and my videos, and so I have you there. Be each other. Next, I'm considering doing a group where to drop. Let's see if I can get people who are interested in. And Jade, do you have any announcements before we end the live broadcast?
I was going to be launching something a few weeks ago, but then a tornado destroyed my neighborhood, and then a viral pandemic happened. So I decided to hold off on that. But if you follow me on social media, you'll find out when/if that eventually launches. I'm most active on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, I am at Jamie Lee Finch. On Instagram, I am Jamie Lee Finch. And my website is jamieleefinch.com, where you can, again, find my book, You Are Your Own, in ebook, audiobook, and print on demand. And find out lots of other things that I'm doing. Just really Google Jamie Lee Finch and you can find me there and follow all the things.
Yay. Watching on the replay. Here for you.